Guess who's back? Stevie DVD, in VR, 4K HD, UHD and 360. After 6 months of playing this game, I'm going to give you the lowdown on what I've found and what most people have found with this game. It's basically a turd rolled in glitter. And this is why. The damage is ridiculous. The barriers are like magnets, spin your car around at every opportunity. If you brush them, just with the side of your car, it just spins it around. It's just crazy. And if you just basically just touch a barrier with your front bumper or the corner of your vehicle, the front of your car's got damage and the rear. That's just laughable. I don't know how the rear gets damaged in that sort of situation, but I've seen it. Also, one of your wheels is damaged, or sometimes two of them. The damage is too aggressive. It's ridiculous. If you go off onto the grass, you just can't get back on the track. It just constantly spins you round. You straighten the car up, you go forward again, it just spins you round. It's just absolutely murder. This game is just crazy. It's a mess basically. Right. What else? We got the physics. Oh my god. Man, you tap a car and they go forward, tap another car, it's like a pinball wizard. It's absolutely a joke. There's no crumple zones, there's no like impact. Oh man, it's just crazy. There's no impact damage. It's just pure hit the car, you hit them, they hit another one, you hit another. It's just absolutely mind blowing. The physics are just 1999 Gran Turismo 2. Absolute joke. Yeah, and when you do spin out or hit a barrier, the game is hell bent on facing you the wrong way. I don't know why I spend more time facing the wrong way than I do the right way. It's crazy. It's like this game is programmed to turn you right around. It's just madness. The whole game, the whole physics behind this game is just terrible. It's got terrible feedback on the steering wheel. Out of all the racing games out there, this is the worst game on the steering wheel. Feedback is terrible, and I have played this on a Fanatec as well, DD, all that rubbish, and it's still crap. Still crap. You put on another racing game, you will see the difference. This game is only for pad users, in my opinion, and it is built so. So basically, if you have a steering wheel, this isn't the game for you. If you're gonna buy this game, you want to be playing it on the pad, because it is basically just, it caters for the pad player. Steering wheel and the physics and feedback, they haven't even thought about. They have not even thought about. Or maybe they did in 1999 when they done Gran Turismo 2, but they haven't basically upped their game on the feedback or physics at all. Yeah, as I say, the damage is ridiculous. Physics and feedback are ridiculous. The gameplay, oh my god. Here we go, gameplay, my word. It's just a rehash of Gran Turismo 2. The AI have got no intelligence whatsoever. They just stick to the racing line and go round and round and round. If you overtake them and then get back on the racing line and you're like 1 or 2 miles an hour slower than what they are, they just go straight through you, just push you off the track, spin you round, mate, crash into you. That is basically the AI. They've got their set speed to go, got the set line to follow, and that is it. Nothing else. And multiplayer, oh my good god, can't get into lobbies, people initiating, cars skipping across the track. Yeah mate, this is not a serious race-up game. It's more of a trinket and car collector's game, this one. Yeah, you can't get into lobbies because it's initialising. Cars are skipping about. Would nice to be able to kick someone out without actually having to leave your race. and sit there and watch your friends race. That's a bit annoying. Alright, car settings. Oh mate, too many car settings. There's too many cars we don't want, and the ones we want aren't available. The cars are disappointing, the ones we have, because the ones we haven't got, we wanted. Basically, we want Ford Classic, Escort, Sierras. There's no Volvo, T5. And where are the rest of the touring cars? Touring cars, man. This game has just basically turned into a menu and car collector simulator. That's all this game is now, I'm afraid. The racing on it has gone. There's no grip on cornering, and right, there might be a bit of grip into the corner, but then it all disappears just there where that Mini is now. The grip all just goes. There's nothing in the steering wheel, nothing keeping you on the track. You just end up veering wide. Terrible handling, and that's all down to the physics. You spend more time in the menus and settings, and there's way too many gearbox settings. Too many gearboxes and the settings, mate. You can spend hours in the gearbox yourself and get nowhere. You might as well left it as what it was. It's just a crazy option that you don't really need. You just don't need it. I mean, 1, 2, 3 gearbox is fine. Long, short, medium. It's job done. What's wrong with that? And then the racing will be a bit more closer, because people are setting these cars up, and the range of settings is so different that you can't even have a decent race. Someone will have a gearbox that's like 35,000 times longer than yours, because they've set it up in a strange way that they can. The racing is just absolutely, oh mate, disappointing and shocking. Even I will say shocking. You can't actually have a decent race because of the gearbox settings. For one, it's just there's too many different settings you can have and run. You're going to take years to find the right settings to be any sort of competition to anyone, and it's just like that. It's just people who haven't spent hours and hours and hours and hours on this game setting a car up are going to have no fun at all. It's only the people who spent hours and hours and hours and hours in the menu simulator who are going to basically get anything out of it. And I'm not being funny, they won't even get any joy out of it by being a lap ahead of everyone because of their car settings. They're just racing on their own. What's the point in that? I mean, you're either racing on your own at the front or racing on your own at the back. There's never the middle section where you're racing with people. Absolutely tragic, this game, I'm afraid. This is after 6 months of playing it. Gameplay is absolutely 2 out of 10. Because it is 1992 again, 1999 Gran Turismo 2 again. It just feels the same. Cars drive the same, everything is just the same, even the tracks are the same. They've just made them look a bit better. Now, I can't take that away from them, they make a nice looking game. But they've cocked it right up. There's not a happy medium in between looks and gameplay. And with the physics, when you do buy a car, the default settings are so bad that you can't even get it around the track. So as soon as you buy a car, you've got to spend an hour, 2 hours in the settings just trying to get a lap out of it. It's too much menu simulator. That's all it is. And I'll tell you what, the different tyres, oh my god. How many sets of tyres do we need? Soft comfort, what's all this? Mate, the tyres are rubbish, you won't use half of them. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I don't even think I've used less than half of them tyres. There's no reason whatsoever to use some of them tyres. Absolutely no point at all. And on top of that, when you have set your car up, spent all them hours on it, getting it to how you like it, they do an update and change the physics. So you've then got to go back into all your car settings again and redo them all. You spend all your life in the menus and only about 10 minutes on track. And the 10 minutes you spend on track, if it's not in an online lobby, and if it is single player mode, yeah, it's just going to be AI going round and round and round. No substance, no racing, just a procession. You might not agree with some of this, you might agree with some of it. I don't really care, because these are just my findings, what I want from the game and what I don't want from the game, you know. I'm sure a few people will feel the same. So yeah, I mean, the worst thing is when they update the physics, you've got to go in there and do all of it again. It's just terrible. Right, what else have we got on my sheet here? Here we go. All in all, oh yeah, here we go. And the daily races. What a load of rubbish they are. GR4 cars, which won't do over 140 miles an hour, or if they do get to 140 miles an hour, they take a day and a half to do that. GR3 cars, they get bopped so hard that it's like driving a GR4 car. Absolutely boring, them races. The daily races are absolutely boring. The only one worth doing is when you see a GR2 car pop up. They're the only ones that are worth doing. And also, they don't even include an SF19 race in the daily races. That's disgusting. I mean, don't they want us to race fast? They just keep giving us all these slow, snail-paced races to do. I want to put my foot down. I want to blast it. I want to rip it up. But no, they want to give you a GR4 car. So yeah, pretty annoyed about that. And now they brought the F1 car out, why don't they do some F1 races? It's as though GT7 don't want you to drive fast. All in all, this is just a cosmetic car collector game, and it fails at that too, as it is missing so many cars we expected to see. It's basically a dog turd rolled in glitter. Bottom line is, it's a good looking game, absolutely beautiful, but the gameplay is so 1999. It's an embarrassment really for Gran Turismo. This game, only buy it if you're going to play on pad. If you're going to play on the steering, basically if you're going to play this game on the steering wheel, don't bother, go and buy something else. If you want to collect cars, this is the game for you. And that's about it from me. Like and subscribe.